Junction, River City, next stop.
You're crazy with the heat. This is no good for a notion salesman.
Board.
Why no? What's the matter with credit? It's old fashioned. Charlie, you're handy salesman. You're from your credit?
No, sir.
Or anybody else.
River City next.
Cash for the merchandise. Cash for the buttons.
But you gotta know the territory.
Ever hear a spell about the name of Hill?
Hill?
Hill.
Hill? Hill?
Hill.
No!
Just a minute.
Doesn't know the territory. What's the hell is mine?
Just a minute.
Never worries about his life.
Never worries about his life.
For the doggone thing, he's just a baby fellow with a big hall, great gold, second up the grip floor, every time a gold I sell. That's what Mr. Hill.
No, what's his life?
He's a fake. He doesn't even know the territory.
What?
The music man, he sells clarinets, the kids in the town, the big trombone, the riding hat drum, the big brass bass, and the piccolo, uniform too, with a shiny gold braid on the coat and a big red stripe on it.
Well, I don't know much about bands, but I do know you can't make a living selling big trombones. No, sir. Mandolin sticks, perhaps, and here and there is juice art.
No, the fellow sells bands, boys bands. I don't know how he does it, but he lives like a king, and he gathers and he tallies and he flips and he ties. When the man dances, certainly boys, what else? The life is made him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But he doesn't know the territory.
River City, Iowa. River City, Board.
Now, if you're all through, I'll tell you about Harold Hill.
You really know Harold Hill?
Never seen him in my life, but what I do know is that the next salesman to arrive in town gets tarred and feathered right at the city limits on a rail.
Why should he get put out of town on the rail?
Because in order to sell instruction books and uniforms and band instruments, he has to guarantee to form those kids into a band and have himself as the leader.
I feel like when you meet up with him.
Well, it won't be on this trip, not in Iowa. Not even the great Professor Hill will try to sell them neck code hot guys out here.
Board.
Gentlemen, you intrigue me. I'll have to give Iowa a try.
I don't believe I caught your name.
Don't believe I dropped it.
you around here?
Mind our own business. You're in ILA.
Thank you. At least now I know how to pronounce it. I always thought you folks preferred ILA.
We do, but we don't like anyone else saying it that way.
Well, you folks sure know how to make a body feel at home.
Oh, there's nothing halfway about the Iowa way to treat you when we treat you, which we may not do at home. There's an Iowa kind, a special chip on the shoulder, attitude we've never been without that we recall. We can be cold as a falling thermometers in December, and you ask about our weather in July, and we're so rock hard summer we can stand what you melt and sorrow. We got a time and never say eye to eye. What the heck? You're welcome. Join us at the picnic. You can have a fill of all the food you bring yourself. You really ought to give Iowa a try. Good morning, dear King.
If you want to go around in your drawers all day.
There I was, at Madison Hospital, and no one came to see me. Because Bill never come, Aunt Bertha never come.
Your Aunt Bertha's dead.
She wouldn't come anyway.
We can be cold as a falling thermometers in December, and you ask about our weather in July, and we're so rock hard summer we can stand touch your nose and sorrow. We got a time and never see eye to eye. I will give you our shirt and our back to go with it. You should have it
You're welcome. Glad to have you with us.
Even though we may not ever mention it again.
You really ought to give Iowa a card, Iowa. If the points, Davenport, Marshall County, City of Rock, Davis, Clear Lake, ought to give Iowa a try.
Excuse me.
Greg? Marcellus!
Hey, Greg!
Shh. Harold Hill. Professor Harold Hill's the name of this trip.
Well, Greg, why didn't I know you was coming?
Well, I didn't know I was coming myself. Besides, how was I supposed to know you had been in a tank little town like this? You were a pretty big slicker back when you were in business with me.
Too many cliches with the way you work. And besides, I got myself a nice girl. Ethel Poffmeyer, boss's niece.
Gone legitimate, huh? Well, I knew you'd come to no good.
So, what's the new pitch? You're not back in the bed business. I heard you was in steam automobiles.
Well, it was.
Well, what happened?
Somebody actually invented one.
No.
Now, what can I work with here, Mars?
Oh, you're never getting anywhere with these stubborn islands, Greg. And besides, we got a music teacher that's stuck up and you'll never get, they'll explain before you get your grade unpacked.
Male or female?
The music teacher, well, she's a librarian, female.
Perfect. That's just what I wanted to hear. You be sure to point her out to me.
I will. So, how are you going to start the pitch?
Oh, the same way. Keep the music teacher off balance, and then I'll have to get your town out of the serious trouble it's in.
Well, River City isn't in any trouble.
No trouble. Well, I'll have to create some. I have to create a desperate need in your town for a boys' band. You know how it goes. What can I use around here, Mars?
Oh, not, the billiards part, just put in a new pool table.
You never had a pool table before?
No, just billiards.
That'll do it. Either you're closing your eyes to a situation you don't wish to acknowledge, or you are not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here, I say trouble right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm affiliated player, certainly mine. I can proud to say I'm always mighty proud to say it. I consider that the hours I spend with a cue in my hand are golden. Hope you cultivate a horse sense and a cool head and a keen mouth. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets in the table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum. With the capital P in that rhymes with P and that stands for cool. So I know all you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm gonna be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on while they're loafing around that hall? They'll be trying out Bebo, trying out Cubit, trying out tailor-mades like cigarette fiends, and bragging all about how they're gonna cover up a telltale breakfast and send one fine night. They meet who'll call head for the dance at the armory. Libertine men, scarlet women, and ragtime. Shameless music that'll drag your son and your daughter through the arms of jungle animal and sweet cab stereo. Friends, the idle mind is the devil's playground trouble.
Oh, we got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here in River City.
With a capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for cool.
That stands for cool.
We surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here.
Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school.
Children's gonna have trouble, trouble.
Mothers of River City, heed the warning before it's too late. Watch for the telltale signs of corruption. The moment your son leaves the house, does he rebuckle his knickerbockers below the knee? Are certain words creeping into his conversation? Words like, swell, so's your old man. Well, if so, my friends, you got trouble.
Oh, we got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here in River City.
Capital T that rhymes with P that stands for cool.
That stands for cool.
We surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here.
With a T. Got a rhyme with P.
That rhymes with P.
And that stands for cool.
That stands for cool.
Didn't I meet you in?
No.
I'll only be in town in a short while.
Good. Hello, Mama. Hello, dear. Keep on, Amaryllis. I'll be there in a minute. Mama, a strange man with a suitcase has been following me all over town.
Aw, who?
I never saw him before.
Did he say anything?
He tried.
Did you say anything?
Of course not, Mama. All right, Amaryllis, now for your exercises. So, do, la, re, ti, mi, a ritual score, and please keep your fingers curved as nice and high as you possibly can. Don't get faster, dear.
If you don't mind my saying so, it wouldn't have hurt you to find out what the gentleman wanted.
I know what the gentleman wanted.
What, dear?
You'll find it in Balzac.
Excuse me for living, but I never read it.
Neither has anyone else in this town.
There you go again with the same old comments about the low mentality of River City people and taking it out to Mr. Hart.
Now, Mama, as long as the Madison Public Library was entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I can't help but concerned that the ladies of River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice.
But darling, when a woman has a husband and you've got none, why should she take advice from you? Even if you can't quote Balzac and Shakespeare, not another highfalutin grade.
Now, Mama, if you don't mind me saying so, you have that habit of changing every subject.
No, I haven't changed the subject. I was talking about the stranger.
What stranger?
The suitcase who may be your very last chance.
Mama, do you think I allow a combing master? No, really, Mama, I have my standards and I'm very concerned. I have no intention.
I know all that you're saying. You don't mind my saying so. There's not a man alive who can come to measure up to the blend of fall. But you think that's a no well, so you can come to for yourself. As a Irish imagination, I was stubborn in the library full of books.
That's the best I've heard.
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please?
May I have
May I have a drink,
a?
please?
Yes, you may.
Is that a way to walk in the house?
Hello.
Dr. Montoya, I'll have a hug from you, boy. That lady over there is your sister, young man.
Hello, Winthrop.
Winthrop, where's your manners?
I'm having a party on Saturday. Will you come? I'd especially like it if you'd come. Winthrop?
Well, Winthrop, Amaryllis asked you to her party. Are you going or aren't you?
No.
No what?
No, thank you.
You know the little girl's name.
He won't say Amaryllis because the S because of his lisp. He's ashamed.
We all know about his lisp, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop?
I'll bet he won't say it.
No, thank you, Amaryllis.
Amaryllis! Amaryllis! Why does he get so mad at people? Just because he lisps?
Well, it's not only because he lisps, Amaryllis. That's just part of it.
What's the other part?
Never mind, dear. It's just that he never talks very much.
Not even to you and your mother?
No, dear. We all have to learn to be patient.
I'm patient, even though he doesn't ever talk to me. I do to him. Every night I say goodnight to him on the evening star. You have to do it the very second you see it, or else it doesn't count. Good night, my Winthrop. Good night. Sleep tight.
Oh, very darling. You've had lots of time. If not Winthrop, there'll be someone else.
Never. I'll end up an old maid like you. I'm sorry.
It's quite all right. For the time being, you can say goodnight to someone. Then you can put his name in when the right someone comes along.
All right. It's better than nothing.
Yes, it is. Now you can play your crosshand piece.
Now I may play my crosshand piece.
Good night, my someone. Good night, my love. Sleep tight, my someone. Sleep tight, my love. Our star is shining. It's bright as light. For good night, my love. For good night. Sweet dreams be yours if dreams there be. Sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Now good night, my someone. Good night. Good night. Good night.
I'm sure we're all grateful to my wife, Eulalie McKechnie Shink, for leading the singing. As mayor of River City, I welcome you, River citizens, to the 4th of July exercises here in Madison Gymnasium. 4 scores. The school board will now present a patriotic tableau. The school board will not present a patriotic tableau. A disagreement about costumes, I suppose. Instead, the local Watauga girls will present a spectacle, My Wife. in which my wife, Eulalie McKechnie Shin, will take the leading role.
What on ye?
What on ye?
What on ye?
What on ye?
I will now count to 20 and the Indian tongue. Ein, teen, toother, feather, fifth, five. George! George, let me shut!
Who shut up, Red Come to yourself, Libras. Mrs. Shinwell recovered. The Page fireworks spectacle, last days of Pompeii, will take place around 9:30, as long as rain provides.
Rain? Because that predicted fair.
Sure did, he worked that way. We prepared for a storm.
The gals got Zachary most of the time, JC, and you know it.
Yeah, well, you can't get very far in the banking business being accurate most of the time.
You know what all that? I do a thousand little piece of it.
We all know it.
You don't know us. Oh, we were trying to save.
Never mind.
We heard there's a new pool table in town.
Oh, the pool table, or isn't it?
Just a minute.
Let's protect our children. Resist sin and corruption. It's my bet that will keep our young boys pure. May I have your attention, please? Attention, please. I can deal with this trouble, friends, with a wave of my hand, this very hand. Please observe me if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize the River City Boys Band. Oh, think, my friends, how can any pool table ever hope to compete with a gold trombone? Ra-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da. Remember, my friends, what a handful of trumpet players did? Famous fabled walls of Jericho. Oh, billiard parlor walls come tumbling down. Oh, a band will do it, my friends. Oh, yes, I mean a boys' band. Do you hear me? I say River City's gotta have a boys' band, and I mean she needs it today. Well, Professor Harold Hill's on hand, and River City's gonna have a boys' band. Sure as the Lord, and little green apples, and that band's gonna be in uniform. Johnny, Willie, Teddy, Fred. And you'll hear the thunder of rolling drums, and see the crashing cymbals, and the shimmer of trumpets. Da-da-da! And you'll feel something akin to the electric thrill I once enjoyed. With Gilmour, Liberati, Pat Conway, Ray Creacore, W.C. Handy, and John Philip Sousa all came to town on the very same historic day. 76 trombones led the big parade, with 110 cornets close at hand. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the cream of every famous band. 76 trombones caught the morning sun, with 110 cornets right behind them. There were more than 1,000 reeds springing up like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper-bottomed timpani and horse platoon, thundering, thundering all along the way. Double bell, euphoniums, and big bassoons. Each bassoon having his thing that could say. There were 50 mountain cannon in the battery, thundering, thundering all along the way. Clarinets of every size and trumpeters who improvise a whole octave higher than the score.
Began to march and to marching
Didn't I say get that spellbinder's credentials? Grab that hoodlum!
Let me go.
Hey, Professor. Gotta make this out from him being the ringleader, no?
What is it he's tagging?
My little Grace was tagging out my oldest girl last Sunday.
You was just walking through.
Don't you contradict me? You watch your phraseology, young man, or you'll hear from me till who laid the rail. And now, Mr. Hill, about that band. I'll see you in front of City Hall at 10 o'clock sharp. I want that man's credentials, and I want them tonight. Constable, I'll be responsible for it.
You didn't know this kid, Professor. He's tough. And he's got his game waiting outside.
Oh, I'll show you how to break the game. Young miss, what's your name?
Anita, I don't have any idea you was better than me. You guessed.
Anita, do you know Tommy Givas?
Well,
Tommy, this is Anita. Please escort the young lady home. By way of Candy Kitchen.
Oh, sir, do I have to?
Oh, you have to.
Oh, yes, sir.
yes.
Well, Professor, you seem like a very bright young fellow. But you made a couple mistakes, though.
What?
You see, the mayor owns the new busy parlor in town.
What was my other mistake?
Zanita? Well, that's the man's oldest girl.
Now, Mr. Hill, we need your credentials. Like a school board.
Academic certificates.
Letters and papers.
What? Nothing of the kind.
Make him put up a bar!
No, no.
What is this I'm hearing? You, sir. Sing. Ice cream.
Ice cream. I don't see no man. That's what you're
Then
saying.
don't sing. Talk. Down here.
Ice cream.
Oh.
Ice cream.
Sing's just saying, honey. Now you, sir. Now you, sir. Ice cream. Ladies, from now on, you will never see one of those men without the other three.
Oh, Professor, you are mistaken. Those men have hated the other three for the past 15 years.
Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream.
How can there be
Any sin insincere? Where is the good in goodbye? In goodbye. Your apprehensions confuse me, dear. Puzzle and mystify. Mystify, tell me what can be fair in farewell, dear, while one single star shines above. How can there be any
What? At what college did you get your degree for annoying women on the street like a Saturday night rowdy at a public dance hall?
Well, I wouldn't know about that. I'm a conservatory man myself. Gary, Indiana. Gold medal class of Op 5.
Even should that happen to be true, does that give you the right to follow me around wherever I go? Another thing, Mr. Hill. I am not as easily mesmerized or hoodwinked as some of the people in this town, and I think it's only fair to warn you I have a shelf full of reference books which may have some very interesting information on you. Another thing, I am not impressed by your credentials, which I have not seen, nor your manners, which I have.
Oh, Professor Hill, we're a god, simply a god. On the KV, everybody's so excited about the band.
I'm Ethel Topper.
And this is Mrs. Squires, and Mrs. Hicks, and of course you've met Eulalie McKechnie Shin, our mayor's wife. Isn't it exciting, Eulalie?
Oh, I couldn't say. Oh, no, I could not say at this time. My husband should investigate, I'm sure. And naturally, I'm reticent. Oh, yes, I'm reticent.
Oh, I understand, Mrs. Shea. But of course, my plans for the music in town, there's a committee of dance, and... Oh, do that again, Mrs. Shea. The way you raised your foot just now, oh, do it again.
Oh, I have a bunion there that bothers.
Oh, natural grace, your expression of line and movement. Oh, you must accept the chairmanship of the Ladies' Auxiliary Classic Dance, mustn't you, lady?
Oh, yes, you lady, please do it.
Your every move, Mrs. Shin, speaks Delsart. Oh, will you, Mrs. Shin? Oh, will you?
Eulalie McKechnie Shin. Ah, well, that is dancing well.
Then you accept?
Yes, and I would like to say...
Oh, thank you. Now, the young lady who plays piano, Mary Prue, I believe. Well, after all, she is the town's librarian.
Pick a little top, pick a little top, little chip, chip, chip.
Pick a little top, little, pick a little top, little, chip, 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 pick a little top, little, pick a little top, little, chip, 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 pick a little top, little, pick a little top, little, chip, 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 chip.
Professor, her kind of woman doesn't belong on any committee. Of course, I should tell you this.
Very close.
Revelings. Balls act.
Something, of course. I should tell you this. I'll tell.
The man lived on my street. Let me tell. Stop. I'll tell. She made brazen overtures to a man who never had a friend in this town. Not till she came here. Old Miser Madison.
Miser Madison. Madison Gymnasium, Madison Picnic Park, Madison Hospital. That Miser Madison?
Exactly. Who do you think he was anyway?
Well, I should say show off. Gave the town the library too, didn't he?
Yes, that's just it. When he died, he left the library building to the city.
But he left all the books, took her. She was seen going and coming from his place. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That was made brazen overtures. Look at that. She had a gold flicker, silver horse with a carpet. Melted down. Hold the seal here. Hold the march.
River City, the library building, but he left all the books to burn.
Chaucer.
Revelings.
Ball.
Back.
Oh, that's just what we need. Good night, ladies. Good night, Miss Drew, do you realize that you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
Oh, I don't know if I understand you entirely, Professor.
Well, your son has that same firm chin and splendid cheek muscles. By George. Well, not that he could really ever be great or anything, you understand.
Oh, is that so? And in the name of St. Bridget, why not?
Well, because all the great cornet players were Irish. O Clark, O Klein, O Mendez.
But, Professor, we are Irish.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That cinches it then. Sign here. Oh, thank you. That'll be nothing more due. Oh, that'll be $7 earnest money. Nothing more due until first band practice. Oh, of course, I'll need his measurements for his uniform.
His uniform?
Would it have
A stripe, certainly, my boy. What do you think of that?
You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We can't get 3 words out of him a day, even to us. So if you could get him to play in the band, it would be a miracle. Say, where are you from?
Gary, Indiana. Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
What's she now?
Miss Peru.
He wants to put Winthrop in the band.
Do you burst in on everybody's home like this?
Marion!
We are not interested.
Well, why don't you let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
You'll have to excuse Mary. She's not.
Oh, I understand. I'm sure that at heart she's as lovely as yourself. Good day, Miss Peru.
You too, Professor. Marion Peru?
Has he gone?
Yes, darling, but I hope not forever. Don't you ever think about your future? Gary, Indiana. Gold medal class of about 5. Now, darling.
Now, Mama, the fact that he claims Columbia's music does not, in this particular case, impress me.
All right, darling, all right. Only to say, well-known principle that if you keep the flint in one drawer and the steel in the other, you'll never strike much of a fire.
Mama! Winthrop! Winthrop, I know you're there. Please go down to the library and ask Miss Grubb to give you the book I set aside. It's the Indiana State Educational Journal, 1890 to 1910. It's a large brown volume of black recordings.
Do I have to?
You won't have to talk to anyone. I've written it all down.
Say, now what are you up to? Why do you read books at this hour of the night?
I have a feeling the Indiana State Journal may help me poke some very large holes into our professor's claims.
Last time the lumberyard, and now the footbridge. Where will we meet next? In the Black Hole of Calcutta?
Did I say get that spellbinder's credential? I did. Morning of July 4th, 1912.
That's George.
And now the whole town's turned upside down. The school board's singing up streets and down alleys instead of tending to city matters.
Kirsten, I found something very interesting in this book about Professor Hill's alma mater.
His who?
His university.
That's all I ever get out of him these days. Gary Conservatory, class of all 5.
But if you just take the time to read a little bit about the conservatory, I don't think you'll have to look any further. It's on page...
Papa, the Wells Fargo wagon was just coming up from the depot.
The Wells Fargo wagon at this time of the day?
It's coming in.
A band instrument. I want that man's credential.
Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. Please let it be for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish I knew what it could be. I got a box of maple sugar on my birthday. It looks like on a green lamp, it looks like on a green lamp.
individual instruction in due time. But for now, stay off the streets, get acquainted with your instruments, and think about the minuet in G. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. La-di-da. La-di-da.
Sister, I never thought I'd even see so solid gold thing. Oh, sister.
Round one for you, Mr. Hill. But I better hear some by God tooting out of them horns in pretty short order, or I'll see you in front of the grand jury. Now, Miss Marion, about that book.
I'm George.
Hold on, I've got to get something from the librarian.
Thank you, Professor.
My pleasure, Miss Carew.
Start her up, Mr. Washburn. Just wait till you see the new stuff Professor Hill taught us.
All right. What'll it be?
The Shapoopy.
Now, women who kiss on very first date is usually a hussy, and who kisses the second time out is anything but fussy. But a woman who'll wait till the third time around, and the clouds be all around. She's a girl he's glad he's found. She says, Shapoopy, 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 Shapoopy. The girl is hard to get. Shapoopy, Shapoopy, Shapoopy. But you can't win her yet.
I'm going to warn you once more.
Mr. Shinn, Your Honor, me and your daughter are going to stand behind your back. We'd rather do it in front of your back, but...
Don't you contradict me.
Now, George.
Not one poop out of you, madam.
I think he means Pete.
You know what I see written all over you? Reform school. Now get out of here, you wild kid.
Papa, please. It's Catholics like you make blood in the marketplace. Ye cats.
You watch your phraseology, young lady. Go home.
I want you to know that I'm not Tom Jesus. That boy's got the confidence of every man in town. And you'll be waiting in line to shake his hand by the time our band plays his first concert.
By the time your band plays its first concert, the individual members will have to foregather in wheelchairs on account of broken legs or get from tripping over their beards. My fine young feathered, my feathered young... Oh, never mind! I want that man's credentials and I want him tonight. He's slippier than a Mississippi sturgeon. Don't let him out of your sight.
You got it, George. You got it.
Your ship is behaved abominably, and I think it was wonderful of you coming to Tony's defense.
Well, the man can't dodge the issue every time, and personal risk is involved. What does the poet say? Brave man, or coward dies 1,000 deaths. Brave man, only 500.
Something like that. I've been wanting to talk to you about Mother's cornet.
Oh, his cornet, mother of pearl keys.
I'm sure it's fine. He tells me about some think system. If he thinks the minuet in G, he won't have to bother with the notes. Now, Professor.
I know the think system is a revolutionary idea, I'll admit. But I can't discuss it here in public. If you allow me to call, when may I call?
Why, ending up this week.
Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, shake, shake, shake. Take along, Mr. Please join the Del Sarty dance committee. You were so dear last night, dancing with Professor Harold Hill. Talk a little, shake, shake, shake. Talk along, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, shake, 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 shake. Dance a little,
Mama, let's go. Where did you go?
Fishing. Let's go. He told me I was come down here in Indiana. He told me to take that someday. He told me it's from the hardly any essence in it. Gary, Indiana, let me say it once again. Gary, Indiana, that's the town that knew me when. If you'd like to have a logical explanation, how I happened on this elegant feast of based on, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that light my face. Gary, Indiana. Not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, Rome. But Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. I'll be back in a minute. I gotta show Amaryllis my life rock. La-di-da-di-da.
Oh, leave laundry, Mama. I'll finish it.
Oh, thank you.
You the piano teacher in town?
Why, yes.
Then you must know about this fella Hill forming a boys band here?
Yes.
Don't you worry any longer. I got the goods on him in spades. Swindling 2-bit thimble rigger. Number 8 only makes a 15-minute water stop. Just passing through.
Who are you?
Name's Charlie Cal. Amble salesman. But for right now, I'm here to protect the good name of the Shadow fraternity from this swindler.
Mr. Cowell, you're making a big mistake.
Mistake my old lady's corset cover. That fella's been the raspberry seed of my tooth for long enough. He spoiled Illinois for me and he's not going to spoil Iowa. Say, what kind of teacher are you? Didn't know. See right through him.
I know all about that. Band leaders are always called professor. He's a farm director. And his school last
Oh, wait
year...
a minute. Fine director? Have you heard any bit of music from any band?
Well, no, but...
But nothing, girlie. Girlie's never formed a band in his life and he never will.
You'll never make that train at the depot. You'll have to catch it back at the crossing.
No, sir. I gotta leave word about that fella Hill. And I can see you ain't the one to leave it with.
I've never met a man who sells anvils before. That's something, well, quite different.
Takes a real salesman, you know. Amble's got a limited appeal. Wait a minute, what am I doing? I missed that train and I'll get fired. And I gotta leave word about that fella Hill.
Leave word with me.
Not on your tin type. How do I know you deliver these letters?
Try me. There's your train, now run for it.
Why, you double-dealing little... Who do you think you're protecting? That guy's got a girl in every county in Illinois, and that's 102 counties. Not counting piano teachers like you he posted up to. Neither one of you heard the last of me, girly girl.
Marion! Who's you talking to just? Why, Professor Hill.
Miss Brew, Miss Marion.
You and Marion come up and set I've got jelly on the stove.
There's no jelly on the stove, Mama.
Well, I'll go put some on.
Shall we set, as your mother said?
Well,
You did ask me to call.
Professor Hill, is it true that you... Well, what I'm trying to say is you must be very dull company for a man of your experience.
Now, say, where did you get an idea like that?
One hears rumors of traveling salesmen.
Now, Miss Marion, you mustn't believe everything you hear. After all, one even hears rumors about librarians.
I suppose you're referring to Uncle Matty.
Uncle Matty?
Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. No matter what they say, he left me an assured job to Mother Winthrop and I'd have some security. Surely you don't believe that I would...
Oh, no. That's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think people start these rumors?
Narrow-mindedness, jealousy. Well, jealousy mostly, I guess.
Exactly. And jealousy mostly starts rumors about traveling salesmen. So what have you heard?
Just that. But, of course, it stands to reason that disappointment and jealousy can lead to. I mean, take you for instance. Your attentions to customers and, well, teachers might easily be misinterpreted, mightn't they? I mean, no, honestly, mightn't they? And so you say if another salesman or somebody were jealous, why, they could be downright lies, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things.
Yes, of course.
It just goes to show you should never believe everything you hear. I mean, if you just discuss things.
Miss Marion, I would be delighted to discuss anything in the world with you. But can't we do it sitting down? Your knees, they bend and all.
I suppose we could sit on porch steps.
Or we could sit on a hollow log over near the footbridge.
Well, I can't. I've never been to the footbridge with a man in my life.
Just to talk. Either 15 minutes.
I just can't. Please, some other time. Maybe tomorrow.
My dear little librarian, you pile up enough tomorrows, and you'll find that you've left nothing but a lot of empty yesterdays. I don't know about you. Bad luck makes the night go through longer. The footbridge. 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Mama! Right! I just told the professor I need up the footbridge in 15 minutes!
Like the Lord be in the 60% works!
It does.
Well, I've been using the fix system on you from the parlor. One Grecian urn. Two Grecian urns. And a fountain.
Stop! Stop! Listen to this man!
You gullible green grass goat! I'm talking about Harold Hill! Highwayman, road agent, pickpocket!
Pickpocket?
Same thing. He's had his hands in your wallet, mister. And yours, little lady. And yours, madam. Ever since he walked into this town, there's more documented evidence than you'll ever have time to read. There hasn't been any band, and there won't be any band. And there won't be any Harold Hill either, unless you chase that man down like a mad dog. He's on the next train out of town.
Now do you believe me?
What are we waiting for?
I want my money back.
Money back on his high.
After him! And once you find him, bring him back to the schoolhouse. After him!
Greg! Okay, there's a guy going all over town, and he's filming everything.
Get the ring.
I got it.
What time's the freight go?
9:40 from the junction.
Oh, he isn't even 30 yet.
Look, if you want to turtle whirl around here and get yourself caught in a trap, you go ahead. But
Don't worry, I'll be there in plenty of time.
okay.
Miss Marion, you're late.
But you said 15 minutes.
Oh, well, I meant you're about 26 years too late. It took you that long to get to the footbridge with a fella?
Well, if you want to know the truth, it was almost longer.
Oh.
Halfway here, I nearly turned back. I suppose I'm not the first. It's probably easier to think than not. Spell for salesmanship.
Oh, surely you don't think I'm trying to sell you anything.
No, you've given me something. That's why I decided to come.
Okay.
Oh, yes, you have. Something beautiful. There were bars on the hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard it at all, till there was you. There were birds in the sky, but I never saw them winging. No, I never saw
lot of things you don't know about me.
Graham, hey.
I'm expecting a cable from Hector Berlio. This could be it.
Oh, what now? Who's the salesman? Because now it sounds like she's selling and you're buying it.
I had to brought balance, didn't I?
We'll see so off as you can tell a catboat from a hurricane.
Get to the break. Never a peaceful moment in the music business. Now, where were we?
Well, you were about to tell me what I don't know about you.
Oh, well, we don't have to get into that now, do we?
No, we don't. Or ever, for that matter, Harold. The librarian hasn't felt much like doing research lately, but she did plenty when you first came here.
Oh, and about what?
About Professor Harold Hill, Gary Conservatory of Music, Gold Medal, Class of Lot 5. Harold, there was no Gary Conservatory in Lot 5.
There certainly was.
Because the town wasn't even built until Lot 6. I'll see you at the sociable.
You knew the whole time.
Since July 7th, 3 days after you came.
Greg, where's that man? I ain't going to get it.
Well, he's not anywhere up here.
Let's go try to come by the creek.
The creek! Yeah, it's the creek. Let's go. Oh, now wait a minute, son.
Oh, I'm not your son. Leave me go.
Not till I talk to you for a minute.
I won't listen. You wouldn't tell the truth anyway.
Oh, I would too.
Would
I
not.
would too. I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Can you lead a band?
No.
Are you a dirty, rotten crook?
Yes.
Are you a big liar?
Yes.
Leave me go, you big liar.
Oh, come on. You wanted the truth, didn't you? Now, I'm bigger than you and stronger than you, so you're going to stand here and get it. You might as well quit whittling. Now, there's two things you're entitled to know. One, you're a great kid. I thought so from the first. That's why I wanted you in the band, so you quit moping around and feeling sorry for yourself.
What band?
I always think there's a band, kid.
What's the second thing I'm entitled to know?
Well, come to think of it, second thing's none of your business.
I wish you never come to River City.
You just don't think, Buck?
Sister, you don't believe him.
I believe every word he ever said. It all came true. Nearly every kid in this town walked around here all summer and looked and acted. Especially you, Winthrop. And the parents, too. Does Mama wish he'd never come to River City?
But you do, don't you?
No, Winthrop. Now go, Harold, please.
Go on, Professor.
I can't, Winthrop.
Why not?
Because for once in my life, I got my foot caught in the door.
That way. We gotta go, like right now. Come on.
There he is. Grab him.
We got him! There's Professor Hill! I want my money back!
Now we're gonna finish.
Virtue is trial. The sword of retribution is cut down Professor Harold Hill. And if there are those who are melting tar and collecting feathers, I will not say their name.
Well, I should think there ought to be some of you who could forget her everlasting, Iowa's stubborn, chip-on-the-shoulder arrogance. Long enough to remember River City before Harold Hill arrived. Do you remember? Well, do you?
You're wasting a
Surely
great...
some of you ought to be grateful to him for what he's brought to River City. And if so, I should think he'd want to admit it.
You're wasting a great deal of time here. If there is anyone in this hall who doesn't think Professor Harold Hill should be tarred and feathered, please step forward now. You ladies, step back. Have you people forgotten how you guys bought high-priced band instruments and technical instruction books? And the clear warranty that your kids would be taught to play in a band? Well, where's the band? Where is it?
Come on, Professor, let's go. Make a hole, people!
Think, man. Think.
Thank you.